It's that time again. Welcome one and all to continuing coverage of the 2021 World Series of Poker from the Rio All Suite Hotel and Casino.
I'm all in.
And speaking of all-ins, here we go. Ronconi in the cutoff, jams Queen-Jack offsuit. Very reasonable.
Good, buddy. Oh, that was...
Especially reasonable because it's just going to be hard for
Where are you from?
Gencarelli or Gathy to call off light, although
Seville.
here he has found a customer.
Absolutely. Unfortunately.
Come on, you don't want to knock me. Oh,
Two overs, though. One of the best hands he could see, really, when he gets called that quickly.
God, this is my double up. This is my double up. All right.
Pretty nuts.
Come on, I don't want to leave
I'm
yet.
super lucky in those.
This is my double up.
So Gathy in the big blind does wake up with the
Just
two
put
tens, and
King 10 down.
Darryl Ronconi's fate hangs in the balance.
All right. Should I? What's the protocol here? I should put my backpack on. Is that how you win the hand?
So you stay seated.
I'm supposed to.
You need one card, and then you get up, and then you win.
Oh, is that? And then I congratulate you. Put my backpack on, and then.
Yeah, but you have to wait a little bit.
Good luck.
It is what it is. Marginal, but I would take a big double up. Come on, baby.
Is the paint there? It is not on the flop, and a
No paint.
That
Backdoor
is
clubs.
okay.
For
Where's
Gathy.
my backpack?
pretty
me do
dry
the old
texture
Good job.
for the Queen Jack.
Nice playing.
Gonna make my fast exit. Let me put it on. Don't peel it yet. Come on.
He's trying a
Should I
little
put my
reverse
mask
psychology
on?
here. See if it works out for him.
Whatever works.
Wow.
Oh,
Look at how that works. This is magic. It's not over yet, so maybe I should keep packing. I don't know what the protocol is now that I'm ahead. What should
I should get up.
I don't think you're going anywhere.
Ronconi binking the jack, needs to fade a 10 on the end here.
All right.
And he's done it.
Woo. All right.
Big start for Darryl
I'm
Ronconi.
back in the
Pas
game.
gagné, hein. Non.
Oh, that's an understatement.
J'avais l'air trop heureux, mais.
You are now
I am
third in
back
chips
boys.
Moi j'ai les 10.
and have left the four-time bracelet winner in fifth, as Michael wears a smile, but
10-4.
we know inside that was an unpleasant one that
what I
isn't going to
needed.
wash down easy.
Thank you.
Off the back of a truck.
So Ignacio is Spanish but lives in Mexico. And Gathy shoves the Queen Jack for about 13 bigs.
Daniel does have an ace here. He's going to ask for a count. How close is it?
I think it's a pretty easy call against someone like Gathy, who will be shoving a correct range of hands. If it was a tighter player shoving, then you definitely have a decision with ace-3 off because you're going to face dominated hand fairly often. But Gathy's a seasoned pro. He's going to be shoving all the hands you're supposed to be shoving, all the suited connectors, a lot of medium kings and stuff like that. And indeed, Lazrus calls and is ahead.
Okay.
You got to get the
I
bag.
love to it, no, I win with it.
No,
You
no,
gotta,
he has to wait till the
you gotta
flop
get
is
the
done.
bag. You gotta.
I don't do that.
You don't do that. Is that was a
too
little
lucky.
low of me to pull that out?
No, no, no. I just believe in my luck.
Well, you wonder whether or not Gathy and Ignacio Moron have ever bumped heads, as Gathy also resides down in Mexico, but Mexico City as opposed to Playa del Carmen, and a very beachy flop here for Gathy.
Yeah, jacks are hot right now in these all-ins.
Ace tray not looking good, and
There you go.
And
now
now
draws
Lazrus
dead to a chop.
I think you're good.
Ah, chop.
straight on board, no chop.
Queen Jack is the nuts.
Straight. I know. Kidding.
They're right there.
You guys chop. There's a straight on the board.
You're missing 5.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, leave it to the equity and the analyst to make sure he gets the full payment
nice
there.
Absolutely.
Suited ace in the small, and it's time to draw a line in the sand if your name's Ignacio.
I wanted to go along.
Snap call from Gencarelli, who is going to look to do
Yeah.
his own dirty work and
Watch my 2-6.
dispatch Ignacio. His girlfriend Daniela and Pomeranian Nala are both back there cheering him on. He is in good shape here, about a 3-2 favorite heading to the flop, has the clubs covered
Vous voyez comme les cartes en fait.
I've seen that dog walking around the Rio, actually.
by itself.
No, with his girlfriend.
With like an entry ticket like, tied around its neck?
No, but I have seen some dogs sitting at the table.
And the Wheel of Fate is spun, and so far so good for Ace Tray. Turns into a pair on a king-high 2-diamond flop. Anti-sweating a queen or a 9.
Yeah, basically the only way to do it, or running king 7, I guess.
Don't let those voices in your head push you around.
No.
Burn down, turn.
So a little more outs now with the king.
Pairs the board. Outs for who?
Oh, sorry. What am I talking about? I was thinking about counterfeiting. And
I let it slip once. I couldn't
you
do
let
it
slip.
twice,
No,
Alex.
I don't know what I was talking about.
Fairs?
Yeah, I think there's basically two different types of specialists. There's the guys like, I mean, I'm sure Joe McKean could also do well in a high roller, but he seems to really feast on these sorts of large field tournaments with a lot of amateurs, which suggests that he does very well exploiting his opponents and is familiar with a variety of different styles of play, whereas the guys who play the high rollers are very technically sound. And it's just a different skill set, in my opinion.
I also think that maybe in these big multi-day, huge amateur-heavy fields, people tend to take lower variance approaches to things with the knowledge that opportunities will continually present themselves. There's no need to take a spot and just press it.
Yeah.
You know, if it's close, it's okay.
I completely agree with that.
Meanwhile, Gencarelli finds himself in a three-way affair. Min-raise open from Lazrus, flatted by Ronconi's button. And then Jeffrey picked up the spade draw and decided to rip it in.
And yeah, Ronconi just priced in here last to act, and actually in decent shape with 2 live overs and king highs ahead right now.
15 outs to be exact.
Works for me.
For Gencarelli.
I need you not to be behind me.
Yeah.
Moron definitely rooting for Ronconi here, trying to move up a pay ladder.
No, I just...
Figured you were always calling.
Where's my backpack? Good luck, man.
Hold on. So yeah, the strong hand in that though.
You gotta wait until at this card.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
There you
hits
go.
the
You don't need
8
the
on the
backpack.
turn without even
Here, I'm
having to
gonna
put the
get
backpack on. And now
See if
leaves
it works
Ronconi with 4
when I'm
outs.
ahead or behind.
Oh no, Darryl now trying to
than
put it to work.
The strategy's been working so far.
Or if they are, make them a spade. There we go.
And the river
Doesn't
is
work.
safe,
Broken.
so
Nice hand.
Jeffrey will double up, and that is an unwelcome sight for Ignacio Moron.
Yep.
And Moron has been far from ABC himself, and on this occasion, it's pretty straightforward. Ace-9 offsuit, rips it in there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. He has run into the 2 black kings.
He's run into a monster.
And Lazrus, who has relinquished the chip lead to Gathy and now sits in second, is poised
Reyes. Unas. Reyes.
to give us our first
folded aces.
elimination.
You hear him saying Reyes to his rail, kings. That's what he's up against.
And I folded an ace.
You too?
Yeah, they're all gone.
GG, man.
Oh, that's
De tres.
old.
Good luck.
To the flop, it's Jack 8-6 offsuit, Ace-9 in trouble here. Worse than 4-1 dog in this 18.2 million chip pot, which Lazarus would love to haul in, along with a guaranteed pay jump.
Little gutter ball there, Ali. A little bit of hope.
5
Sure
of
you don't
diamonds
want
on
a
the turn
backpack? It's
does
worked this
add
far.
4
I don't
outs
have back.
to the previous
neither did
3.
I.
7 outs total
That's
for
where you made the
Ignacio, who
mistake.
Well, it worked
needs
reverse league because I grabbed the backpack. I helped you because I was ahead at the time.
an ace or a 7.
Or no, I wasn't. I was behind. But
Is
I
it there?
wasn't on my way out.
No. The board pairs, and our first casualty here at the final table of the Millionaire Maker
Yeah, good game. Nice play, Mason.
is the Spaniard who resides in Mexico. Ignacio Moron
Got the chips I
Headed back to his girlfriend
now
and his
I'm going
pup
all
with
in every time.
$222,000.
Interesting.
You do.
Now Gencarelli with a couple of tens
Yep.
sitting on the short
Good.
stack.
1 mil.
1 mil, yeah.
Deep enough stack to just open.
1-6.
Absolutely.
And open he does.
Sorry, I need to
Wow.
see a stack.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, this is cold. Gathy with a couple of jacks on the button. Has the tens cooked.
Yeah, this is run bad for Gencarelli here. It's going to be very standard to stack off 20 big blinds and pocket tens in a four-handed game.
In comes a 3-bet from Gathy on the button. Lazrus checks out with the 7-4 offsuit. Now king-queen suited for Ronconi in the big blind, getting a bit of a discount.
He is generally, you do need a very strong hand to play against raise and 3-bet. King-queen suited is a hand that would love to see a flop, but it's very hard to cold call 3-bets. Just get into a lot of bad spots, and of course Gencarelli can still wake up with a monster and shove. So
Queens plus, ace queen plus looms
that's right.
in these situations.
9 million.
Wow.
But try telling that to Darryl, as once again he blows the lid off of a spot and 4 bets to 9 million. And Jeffrey thought he was all set to get this in, and suddenly
Let me play this out in my head.
reevaluation.
I'm not going to lie, Ali. This move looks very strong, and Gencarelli cannot be happy at all with pocket tens facing this action, because just like I said, Ronconi really needs a strong hand to make this play, and I don't think Gencarelli would expect him to have king queen.
Ace king? No.
Now we have seen Gathy 3-bet Ronconi once before in that hand that didn't get to showdown, but we know that Gathy had 2 queens.
I feel stupid folding this later.
He lays it down,
How
and
much we started with?
What?
you know,
Do you know
Really fortuitous, by the way, for
Um,
Jeffrey that
let's see.
Ronconi chose this
Like 30
line
million?
because it allows him to escape the wrath
Maybe
of these
less.
2 jacks. And now Gathy has to decide how he wants to proceed.
21.
5 million. Obviously, we assume he will at least call, but
27,
will he
28.
look to pile?
Thank you.
yeah, it's a really difficult spot for Gathy, and it really depends on
at?
what he thinks of Ronconi. If he's been
I'll tell
getting
you
all the
something.
information on some of the hands Ronconi's
Right,
thrown
memos
down,
have been received, presumably, at this point
Then-
with respect to Ronconi's behavior.
he may just say, you know what, let's stick this in. But at the same time,
We're right about the
a cold
same.
4-bet is very different than, say, a flop raise or you know, a pre-flop 3-bet.
Fair.
And it's an interesting spot for Gathy.
And what is the dead bottom of the range that we expect Ronconi to be willing to do this with? The ace-king?
Yeah, you expect to see ace king and jacks plus, basically something like that. And he does opt to flat, which I think is reasonable. He's certainly getting a good price. He doesn't want to fold, but he didn't want to quite stick it in there in the chance that he has been cooler.
And Darryl finds a king right in the window. King 10-9, giving him top pair and a gutty for Gathy. 2 jacks and the gut shot, and he needs one of those queens that are busy in Ronconi's hand.
Yeah, this could be a pot for the chip lead right here if they get all in.
9 million already invested by Gathy into this pot, which was over 20 million. And now with the half pot C-bet sits at over 30.
So now Gathy has to be very uncomfortable because, you know, if he was behind, he's still behind. If he was ahead of ace king, he's now behind. If he was ahead of pocket 10s or 9s, now he's behind. He's really hoping that Ronconi has some sort of stone cold airball or some sort of ace jack type of hand, ace queen. He's not beating much. That
Obviously
would
the
be in a
ace
value
jack is
range.
blocked. The
Right.
ace queen we would expect not to proceed in this manner.
Yeah, this is a very difficult, interesting spot, and he does go with the call, and I think he's just going to try and feel it out on the turn.
Well, that is a big investment to
Yeah,
make
I'm very interested in this hand.
Yeah, me too.
to feel things out. A very dry 5 of diamonds comes off on the turn as we have over 40 million in the middle. There will be blood.
Yeah, certainly already some blood. The question is it going to be all the chips? Gathy only has 10.6 million behind, so he may well feel priced into call on the turn, just on the chance that Ronconi has ace-queen.
The only mercy for Gathy is that he does have Ronconi covered, so Darryl can't bust him here.
Mullen.
As he moves all in for 9.1. And you know this was always on Gathy's mind after he made that call on the flop.
He's
given
in
the
about
effective
his
stack depth.
That's right. He's in about as bad shape as he can be in because, you know, his setouts are no good to Ronconi straight draw. So he would be drawing to a queen here. He obviously doesn't know any of that. He might think, you know, if he's up against ace-king, he's got 6 outs. He's getting a very good price on his money here. And you know, I think, Ali, the unpredictable play of Ronconi earlier may actually get him paid here. Because I think Gathy may have found a fold earlier in this hand if he thought that Ronconi was just sort of more of a straightforward player who would have a very, very strong range.
And those perceptions were shattered.
Right. Ronconi's done some unpredictable things, and Gathy might be thinking back to some of the information he's received on those hands and decide to go with this here.
As you mentioned, though, the nature of some of that aberrant behavior out of Ronconi wasn't in the form of a cold 4-bet.
I do agree.
Pre.
I do agree, and this is
it's a different statement altogether.
Yeah. And you can see Gathy's quite troubled by this spot, and he's probably wondering if he's already misplayed this hand on an earlier street. But to be honest, I don't think there was a particularly clear decision for him anywhere in the hand so far, besides his initial 3-bet. It's been definitely a hand that's in a very tough spot.
Okay.
And he does decide to call. He's going to be shown the bad news here.
No.
Darryl says, "You must have me crushed." And not the case.
No.
A well-earned expletive there from Gathy.
Drawing to one of the last
That's
3
not
queens
good.
in the deck.
59 million chip pot. The biggest of the day, and in all likelihood, the biggest of the tournament thus
He's
far.
got jacks,
Absolutely.
I got king, queen.
Crazy.
No queen.
And this is for most of
So
Gathy's
that's why
chips.
if he called for bet and he see bet flop half pot and then I call and
Yeah,
then he
you'll
shot,
have
but it is
vapors
like 1/4 pot. 9 million into 41.
In the event a queen
Up and
I don't think I
down.
can
doesn't
fold
roll off
him.
the stub.
But what?
I thought he might shove his queen.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
Sorry?
you hear Gathy saying he thought
I will
that
use my
maybe
one time.
Ronconi would have his queen.
No queen on the river, and Ronconi takes down this massive
I
pot.
folded 10s pre-flop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice fold.
Right. They look pretty nice this year. Have you seen them?
I
Come
have
with me,
seen them,
guys.
and they do look very nice.
They look
What would
great.
look even nicer is if Gathy could
Thank you.
spin the wheel a few times here and get himself back into contention as he rips his last
Come on.
1.5 million in there. Ronconi then moves in
Yeah.
over the top from the small
Take that
blind.
too.
That should be able to
Can't call one time.
shed Gencarelli, and he will happily
I had an ace.
await the outcome
clean
of this
again.
pot.
Oh.
Just prior to the break,
twice.
Gathy
We're not,
We're not three-way.
we're not
took
three-way.
a
He
devastating
folded.
blow to
He
his
folded.
stack as
And you should
Ronconi
pick your
chose to cold 4-bet from the big
Yeah,
blind.
those-
Yeah,
That's
those
his
is
blinds
he
and his-
folded.
and
After
Yeah.
Gencarelli had opened with 2 10s, Gathy then
So I
3-bet
get
with 2
thir-
jacks, called the
You
4-bet,
get to put 1.5.
17.
and then
And your small blind has to go back in.
Yeah, I'm going to pay up
Yeah.
1.5.
Ended up-
Yeah. I mean, don't worry, guys.
better
Nah,
than
yeah.
doubling up
1.5.
Ronconi, who sits as your chip leader here, and with another king-queen,
We're ahead.
Not
will
using the
attempt
one
to
time
finish the job he started.
Oh, no. King, queen, and
Everyone
Yeah, I
has
know.
won their all.
that was
in
certainly
every
the hand of the
sense. So I
tournament.
think you're deserving.
Right before the break.
59 million chip
I won
pot.
one.
I'll be okay.
Staggering.
either way.
Yeah.
To the flop we go. Jack 9-6.
Exciting.
Ace high. Still doing all right. Ace of
Oh, we
hearts
got
is
hearts.
working the back door.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gutter
well,
ball here
everything.
for Ronconi. A
10,
couple overs.
King, queen, or
I want to do
10,
it just
right?
like you.
King, queen, or
Ace,
10.
well, hurt on
10 would end it right now.
end the turn.
Turn
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
King of hearts.
He gets a king of hearts. Yeah, yeah. No.
Well, a 10 would kill
Hard
it,
on
right?
the river.
Unless, of course, it was
10
the
would
10
kill
of
it,
hearts.
Of course.
And there's the
Oh,
offsuit
and the
10.
black 10 slides right in there.
Yeah, you too.
And
We'll
just
see you
an
again.
awful
Really nice
1-2
playing.
You
punch
too.
You're
Good luck.
Yep.
I hope you get it.
to Michael
Great
Gathy,
meeting.
who is
You too.
ever so classy in his departure here. Hats off to the Belgian. Will be denied his 5th World Series of Poker bracelet, but still happy
Well,
to take down
What am I
288K.
looking
Head
at
back
now?
to
They're
his
all
rail.
playing. Where we at?
After that, probably 19 behind, maybe 20.
Gencarelli opening the suited ace here into Lazarus' big blind.
Daniel's going to defend with the queen 7 offsuit. 7 milli in the middle. And top pair for Lazarus. Way out in front of this ace 5.
4.
Which very hastily followed through for 4 million.
Yeah. Quick call from Lazarus with top pair.
They made these tables bigger. You guys are having trouble getting the chips.
I'm all in.
Wow. A quick shove from Gencarelli here.
Boy, that 10 is
So
pretty
he's,
coordinated here too. And
13.
it is. It's pretty hard for Lazarus to be unpaired here, but I think that he's trying to put pressure. Oh, he does get called. I was going to say he's trying to put pressure on Jack X or 10X.
Good luck.
And it didn't take much time for Lazarus to decide that he was going to call with this queen 7. And now Gencarelli's tournament life is at risk. He needs an ace or a king only. 7 outs once in a 47.4 million chip pot.
Lazarus asking for it to get over with.
Put the dagger in.
And the river is a 9. Queen 7 holds, and Jeffrey Gencarelli
Hey, really good playing with you, buddy.
You too.
All right.
finishes
That was a
in
great
third place, picking up $377,000.
Got a huge chip lead.
What a showing for his first ever
You got
World
like
Series
100
poker
million?
tournament, Ollie.
For sure. He should be riding
Switching
high.
seats. Are we doing anything?
Yeah, Benny's a friend of mine.
I'm all in.
He grew up in PEI, neighboring Nova Scotia.
Prince
we have another
Edward
all-in?
Island?
Oh,
Is that
okay.
right?
Just an all-in from Lazarus. Oh, wow.
Jack these offers 3s. Yeah.
Lazarus made it 2.5 million.
shot.
Ronconi
Shoved the Jack deuce.
piled, and the 2 threes decided they were ready to go. And what
Again,
a
I'm
great spot
behind.
here for Lazarus.
Yeah, not a
Maybe
lot
a
of
little quicker this
opportunities here.
Agonizing.
Pretty surprising shove from Ronconi.
That's what they do. 21.
But let's see, he's still got 30% equity. and
22-8.
Maybe he'll flop a
is
Jack.
the number.
And he does.
7, 8, 10.
flop
Gut
for you.
shot straight
Yeah.
draw
Yep.
for the Jack deuce. And
Picks up a gutter.
Jack 9, 8, 10,
Ronconi
7.
staying
pair the board at
true
least.
to
Give
form.
me all sorts of
Expect
stuff. Or
the
a deuce.
unexpected out of that seat.
Make it interesting.
Thought
How
maybe
about
he would
3
be
on
able
the
to
turn?
just
There's gonna
bully
be a
Lazarus
sweaty
off
card.
of a
I mean,
light
you almost
button
can't
open. But
not have a sweaty
Daniel
card.
We could.
7, 8, 9,
7, 8, 10 for a big
Jack
sweat here.
deuce.
hung in there tough with the 2 threes, which
King,
are
that's
still
not a
good
sweaty
as of the
That's not a
turn.
sweaty card.
Now,
So
all
what do I need?
Lazarus
You need a-
needs to
you need
do
a
And
9
is
and
Jack
Jack.
or a
fade a
9?
Jack or a 9.
Jack or 9?
Peel it. Peel it.
None.
Here it comes.
Oh!
It's the 9, and Ronconi makes a
Baby.
straight and doubles,
20.
denying
Wow.
Lazarus the bracelet and the
22-8.
million.
We're still in the game.
So Ronconi shoves the Jack deuce and gets rewarded with a straight on the river, and that's got to be pretty frustrating for Lazarus. Getting it in 70-30 for that $1 million first prize. Way ahead on the river.
Never
Going into
comes
the river, I
easy.
should say. Yeah, but
That's true.
I mean,
there's always a
seriously,
river in
it's-
poker.
And careful what you wish for, by the way. I mean, if you're going to give the man 10K per blow up, we're getting them in this quantity for free.
Well, yeah, maybe they'll take it out of your paycheck. Ollie.
Yeah, if we start positively reinforcing him with 10K a clip, we might see a real continuous blow up. If it's continuous, though, it's just 10K. That's just one blow up.
Right,
So
right.
You
Yes,
may get him on a technicality there. Ronconi
8.5.
opening the button with 10-7 offsuit, making it 2.5 to
I'm
go.
all in.
And a 3-bet
Wow.
from Lazarus to 8.5 and a snap all in from Ronconi.
And
As
Ronconi.
again, we see some highly unorthodox behavior.
10-7 for his ace jack.
I don't really know what to make of this, Alex,
No.
because I can't imagine that Darryl punched his ticket to this final table and got this deep doing things like this. Eventually, you would figure he would get caught and go belly up.
No, I truly believe that Lazarus got under his skin when he called the clock on him, which was, 45 minutes ago or whatever it was now. But
All right. 10,
42
20,
big blinds
30,
jammed into the middle
40,
with this
2-6.
10-7 offsuit.
Yeah.
It could also potentially, Alex, you mentioned this before, be a product of Darryl not having a lot of experience in the heads-up streets,
Right.
and just wanting to spin the wheel. Here,
Or
he
he-
has spun it and picked up an open-ended
Sweat.
straight draw on this paired
Yeah, what
flop.
a flop. He's got an open ender. He can
What
still
do I
hit a
need?
10 or a 7 to
Six,
pull ahead. He's almost
Jack,
50% now,
7,
43.
10, right? 6 Jack.
You're like almost ahead.
Backdoor hearts are no good because
7, 8,
Lazrus has a bigger heart.
Right, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need a jack. I need your jack now.
A 6 would end it right here.
Instead, it's a king. And now, 13 outs
Pair
once
the
for
board.
Darryl Ronconi
6, 7.
to double and give us
10
extended
jack.
play. Anything else?
Come on.
And Daniel Lazrus is picking up his second bracelet.
I'm
and $1
feeling it.
million
I'm
payday.
feeling it.
Ronconi says he's feeling
end
it.
it.
Let's see if
I
he
think
hits
I'm going to
something.
hit this one. I'm destined.
Here comes the river. It's a 4. Daniel Lazrus is your 2021 Millionaire Maker champion.
Thank you, dude. Thank
Bracelet number 2 and $1 million.
you. Guys.
Not since 2011 has he cleared the $500,000 mark. And there is your breakdown. The results here in the Millie Maker. Final thoughts, Alex?
That was a very fun table. I enjoyed it. My first time in the booth. And I thought Lazrus played great the whole way. And he came in with the chip lead, and I think he used his big stack well, and he deserves the title.
Most definitely. Chip leader came in. Never was worse than second in chips, if
That's
I'm not
right.
mistaken. And there he is with his bracelet. The second one already in 2021. And his squad is loving it.
Well deserved.
And a millionaire is made. Staying true to form, the Millionaire Maker. Slightly downsized prize pool from years past, but nevertheless, 7 figures are awarded, along with, of course, that coveted bracelet. Wasn't to be for Darryl Ronconi. Certainly hope that you enjoyed tonight's coverage, and a reminder that tomorrow we're going to bring you the final table of event number 22, the Ladies No Limit Hold'em Championship. But until then, on behalf of our entire crew here in Las Vegas, and my partner in the booth, Alex Livingston, I'm Ali Nejad, saying so long, and we'll see you tomorrow.